Many times to come in future years.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And a little floater there is incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Time for a check of the starting offensive unit here for the AFC.
It's not often we start a game talking about an offensive lineman, but with Quentin Nelson, I absolutely have to do that. The rookie out of Notre Dame transformed not only an offensive line in 2018, he transformed an offense. In fact, he was the only guard ever named Rookie of the Month, and he did so in October of last year.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
But Madden 2-0.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents, thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. A first-time Pro Bowler. Here's James Conner of the Steelers. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the AFC in possession of the football to start quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Mahomes finding Hopkins for the AFC first. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter. And then in year 3, Michael Irvin again matching up against Jerry Rice.
And one common denominator, every single one of those guys with a gold jacket, all of them in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So they didn't ask you and I to be the captains and make the picks. And by the way, the playmaker, Michael Irvin, went 2-0. And you know I heard all about that.
On 2nd down now, it's Conner. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Fletcher Cox, the Eagles All-Pro, there to make the tackle. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Jason Myers now for the AFC field goal. Myers' kick is good. And the AFC on the board first. It's 3-0.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. On first down, Breeze. Open here, Adam Thielen. And out across midfield down to the 45. 23 yards on the play. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. Derwin James, who had a sensational rookie season in L.A., he makes the tackle.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Myles Garrett of the Browns there to bring him down. Now Breeze on third down. Now Breeze lost the football. And that's picked up by the AFC. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice.
And this throw will be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Breeze throwing on second down. Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Shotgun now for Breeze. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And Myers able to knock it through. So we're at half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight. Welcome to Madden NFL 20. Here you can try the all-new QB1 face of the franchise or enjoy the Madden you already know and love with Madden Ultimate Team, franchise, or a quick pickup game and exhibition.
everyone. It's the coach. Welcome to EA Sports coverage of the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl from right here in Orlando, Florida.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position.
95-56, 95-56.
Breeze to throw on second down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Face mask. Defense.
So give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
They go play action here on first down. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC from 6 yards away. And the NFC has taken the early lead. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game. And, of course, we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know, though, that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy, even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you wore out your voice in that one, talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63 or more, though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl, offense. Let's go.
So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes. Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year for the Rams, there on the stop. Time for a check of the starting offensive unit here for the AFC.
The play and production of tight end Travis Kelce demands that we talk about him even more. Not only is he now a perennial All-Pro and Pro Bowl type player, he's one of those guys that makes defenses adjust each and every time he's on the field. And while they do that, he still finds ways to beat them downfield.
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Bobby Wagner of Seattle, he'll get credited for the tackle. We mentioned the history of this game, the Pro Bowl. Of course, for many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 till 09, and again for a handful of years in this decade before the last 3 being here in Orlando.
And there's something to be said, no doubt about it, for getting to go to Hawaii. Imagine being named a Pro Bowler and going home and telling your family, we're headed to Hawaii for a vacation. But think about going to Orlando, especially if you've got kids. All the theme parks, all the great things to do, plus not nearly as long a flight no matter where you come from in the United States. I think it's a big deal and a good thing to have it here in Orlando.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The offense for the NFC back out there. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over in Atlanta. New England taking on a heavy rush, and down he goes. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And that's picked up by the AFC. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready, and above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets them up 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I heard all the stories. I watched some of the tape of the old school guys, the throwback guys who were the punishing runners and knocked people aside to pick up yardage. I'm so glad I was sitting here today and got to see it with my own eyes.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack.
Well, this defensive unit certainly picked a great time to make a stand. Back-to-back sacks, starting with 1st and goal. I have to believe that they'll continue to bring the pressure on 3rd down.
And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. Myers' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball. Got a full game ahead of him. Hand it to him again. See if they can start to produce.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination. Though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60.
When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right. And that game was played out in L.A. in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham. Nickname? Automatic.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. he's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. And this one is right down Broadway. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs. State wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. The Panthers' Luke Kuechly there on the tackle. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place, especially you. You live, what, 20, 25 minutes from here?
Yeah, not bad at all, right? An easy trip to come right to the studios here in Orlando. You, of course, have to give a little bit more effort, a quick flight, then you're here, but you've learned this city quite well. And how about it, the Madden Studios right here in Orlando? That's where Coach and the guys hang out as well.
43, 15.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on fourth. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Throwing on first down is Breeze. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Rosa's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with the NFC on top.
The NFC looking to rewrite a little history as they lead this 2019 Pro Bowl at the break. Now remember, they've lost both of the previous Pro Bowls played here in Orlando. But maybe, just maybe, this is the one to break the streak. A lot still to play for in the second half as we go back to Camping World Stadium and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The NFC offense heads out to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Jalen Ramsey of the Jags up to make the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So that'll back them up 5.
Ready. Yellow lady. 12.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Let's go.
The AFC offense now heading out for their first drive of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
Well, he was so good throwing the football on 3rd down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he will find his Saints teammate Michael Thomas complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
It's the NFC with the lead and the football as we start the 4th. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And finding the tight end Hooper. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Gets this out to Saquon Barkley.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The AFC offense making their way back out. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them, and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The AFC thus far on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now here's Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. So the AFC with the football as we welcome you back. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Looking to throw is Mahomes. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 20 that time. And AFC will have a 1st down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance.
And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. That sack by Khalil Mack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Landry, the intended target. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Ready. Yellow lady. Yellow lady. Shit. Bound to lose one. Shit.
On 2nd down, Elliott. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley of Baltimore with a tackle. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been...
Hello, everyone. It's the coach.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch a slap, watch a slap, watch a slap.
So after the INT, it's Brady. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
A second-time Pro Bowler here. This is the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start. The boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you. The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by playing the defensive tackle position.
3rd and 2.
Wait, that, ready? Block 59. I'm scared. Ball there.
Now Brady on the bootleg. And it'll be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Their best